What's going on YouTube? DarkWorldMOFO here with the Worm King, aka Ian. He's going to be giving us the deck profile of
Ninja Simorghs.
He's been working on this deck for what reason?
Well, spellbooks are really gay, and the idea was to create a deck that specifically countered them. And this deck does not even do that good of a job at it, but it turned out to be really good anyways, and so this is my second main now. I love it.
Alright, cool. Well, let's get going with the deck profile. We got Pegasus here, keeping us company.
Alright, we got
turn
3
around.
Hanzos, obviously, to search out ninjutsu arts. 3 upstarts. It's really, I love how you can just put an Exceed on the field every turn. It just adds a lot of speed to the deck. 3 Misspelled Falcons. I play a lot of continuous spells and traps that I like to reuse. I'll get into those more. And it's also fodder for dropping Simorgh. 2 Simorghs. You only need 2 since they're searchable with transformations. And 1 BLS to work with the Simorghs, upstarts, and Hanzos.
Alright, cool.
Alright, for the trap lineup, 2 ninjutsu arts. You only need 2 since you have 3 Hanzos, and once you already get like 3 Hanzos out of the way, it's kind of dead. You only need 2. 2 Fiendish. You can bounce them with
Falcon
Falcon.
to reuse.
Yeah. 1 Call. 1 Judgment. 1 Safe Zone. Combos really well with Falcon. If you don't know it, you can declare an attack and then activate this on their monster, and then when you bounce this, their monster gets destroyed. You can replay your attack. It's really broke if you get it off. Warning. 3 Good Goblin Housekeepings. Now,
people don't know what this does, so you gotta explain it.
Alright, what this does is, when you activate it, you draw 1 card for every Good Goblin Housekeeping in your grave, plus 1. And then you return 1 card in your hand to the bottom of your deck. And this card is really only viable in ninjas because you get to pitch this card with your upstarts and puts them in the grave without minusing yourself. And then later on you can activate upstarts when you already have upstarts in the grave, and then you just plus off that.
And then tell them the combo how you can chain it with MST.
Oh yeah, okay, so, well, this is just a little something extra, but if you activate an upstart and then you chain something like MST or something else that destroys your upstart, you can put in the grave, when you put in the grave, it'll already be 1 in the grave when you resolve the effect. So, say I have none in the grave, I activate this, I chain MST targeting this, then I'll draw 2 because it's already in the grave when it resolves. Now if I activate 3 at once and activate something like like emergency provisions, I put all 3 in the grave, I draw 4 for each.
4 for each?
Yeah, 4 for each.
Wait, so you'd be drawing 12 cards?
Yeah, then you return 3, so that's how it works.
That's ridiculous.
2D Prisons. Now my favorite addition to the deck, the anti-spell fragrances. The idea of the deck is, you open this and you open Hanzo to get out Simorgh. You activate this in their draw phase. They say okay, you activate your ninjutsu art to get out Simorgh on the field. Now Simorgh's effect, they can't set cards, and with this card, your opponent can't activate spell cards unless they set it for a turn, and so they won't be able to activate any spells or set any traps if you open that, and that's the idea of the deck, just to lock them down. And the idea was to do that against spellbooks, but since I can't even do that like consistently as spellbooks gay you, it's like really pointless. But it's still, it's a decent matchup against spellbooks. Here's 2 bottomless. Spell lineup. Magical Planters to plus off your dead like ninjutsu arts or Phoenix Chains when you don't have a Falcon around. It's a really good card. You can also activate it if you safe zone their monster, then activate Planter on your safe zone. Their monster will die. You draw 2. It's pretty good. Dark Hole, 2 MST, 2 Duality, 1 Reborn, 1 Rhoda, 1 Heavy.
And we can go through the extra deck and side deck real quick.
Alright, side deck, 1 Pap.
No, that's extra deck, DJ.
Yeah, extra deck. 1 Pap. 1 Diamond Direwolf. Diamond Direwolf is one of those cards that's just like, you go for Ramble plays, get rid of the Decree, or give it like 1 back row when you're trying to go for game. Thunderspark, it's saved my ass a lot of times. If I summon an upstart, I pitch a spell trap, and then I get another upstart, pitch another trap, it puts 3 monsters on the field. I can blow a field full of like mermails or windups or whatever. Dweller, obvious reasons. Corn, Maestroke, Roach. I still like Roach. It's not very used now, but sometimes it's just good. Cowboy. Starlight Polydynamo, probably one of my favorite Exceeds.
This card's so good.
I can go into it with 2 upstarts. It just gets over literally anything. It's a floater. You plus 1 when it's destroyed. 1 X-Cal. X-Cal and Blade Armor, just one of those cards that like they just win games. They steal games. Like you go Blade Armor, X-Cal, put them both on the field at the same time. You just win the game. It's just like it's unfair stealing the game advantage. Chidori for when I have two Falcons. Chidori's just an all-around solid card, even though a lot of times I wouldn't want to waste two Falcons, but it's there.
Situational.
One Utopia, Shockmaster, and one Chimera Tech.
Alright, cool. Let's go through the side deck.
Alright, I got kind of an interesting side deck I've been playing around with. I got one extra MST, two Soul Takers, two Cyber Dragons. Machines are still kind of popular. I've been seeing them a lot around regionals lately. Thief Fissures, Soul Drains for our Mermails, Dark Wolves and all that stuff. Sheens and Who's, they're really useful in this deck in particular, because if you go anti-spell fragrance and they don't have and you don't have the lock or something, you just end phase this on their cards, and then if you get the Simorgh later, they can't activate the cards anyways, and then you can reuse these with Falcons and send them with Magical Planters. It's just really, really beautiful in Ninjas in particular.
It's really beautiful.
Deck Dev, can use it with like Black Horn or Simorghs. And favorite side deck additions, the Full House. And these have just been beautiful for me lately. Basically, what it does is you activate it. You activate it when there are two face-up spells or traps, spell and traps on the field, and three face down. You target two face-up spell and traps on the field, and three set cards on the field, and you destroy all 5. And what's cool about this card is if they chain MST to it, you can chain this and target MST as one of their cards. Anyways, it's really good because I play so many continuous spells and traps that aren't necessarily live, and if my opponent is spell or trap heavy, then I can just go for a quick +2 or 3 with this card. I can even chain my own house, Good Goblin Housekeeping, then chain this, puts my Goblin in the Housekeeping so I can draw an extra card for that and just blow up 3 more cards. It's situational, of course, but against especially Fire Fist, a lot of spell and trap heavy decks, this is just really good. If you resolve it, you almost win. That's just how good it is. And yeah.
Alright, Ian, well, thank you for the deck profile. YouTube, make sure to comment down below if you guys have any questions. I guess that's it, guys. Make sure to give this video a like for the Ninja Simorgh Lockdown deck, guys. DarkWorldMOFO out. Peace, guys.